Hello everybody. I was in here checking my clocks yesterday at 6 o'clock p.m. Everything said 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Got over here. This one was 6 o'clock, this one was 6 o'clock. So I said, okay, awesome, everything's working beautifully. I came in about an hour later. This one was say 7 o'clock. This one was 6:30, so I knew there was a problem. And then everything else, of course, was right at 7 o'clock. So we had a failure with this one. Let's go through the procedure of what happened. Had a Octember failure number 2 with the Coca-Cola clock. It worked about 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, right when Octember hits, it quits working. What I found is the motor failed that rewinds the mainspring. The original mechanism that came in here, which was in poor condition, I thought had a bad motor. I disassembled it and put some deoxit through it, reassembled it, and it appears to be working. So I'm going to disassemble this one and see what failed. This seems to be working as of now. So I will go ahead and put that back together and solder all the wires back on it and make sure it's going to work. I have now got the wires soldered back on their correct terminals on the replacement motor, and it's ticking now to see if it will rewind all by itself. If it will do that, I have confidence that it will work properly once again. Should be getting close to the end of the run. And that contact will close and it'll rewind. There's a little cam on that gear that will depress those contacts to activate the motor. Let's see if it works. Kinda. Doesn't look like it went all the way. But it ran quietly. Officially reassembled. And as you can hear and see, it's ticking away. Now to wait till it needs a rewind. And see if it's going to rewind on its own. It did one time, so I'm more confident that it's going to work than not. So we'll wait and see. While I had it apart, I went ahead and sprayed it down with the Super Clock Clean, followed up by some clock lubricant on the bushings, and it seems to be ticking away quite healthy. Nice and strong ticking sound, so we'll let it unwind the mainspring and see if it will rewind by itself. And of an interesting note, this one is branded Borg. The other ones I have are Primax, so it's exactly the same thing. Not sure which one is the OEM, but that's interesting. Parts interchange, because that's the motor out of a Primax movement, which is this guy over here. It is identical in every way that I can tell. Should be getting close to a rewind. That arrow's got to reach about right here in this area, and it should activate the motor, close those contacts, and it'll rewind. About every 8 minutes it rewinds. Perfect. That's what I want to see right there. And that motor runs really quiet. So that's very good. A few moments later, all reassembled. And to see if it will rewind itself again after reassembly. See what it sounds like installed back in the case. I'm sure it'll be a bit louder. Got a little ways to go. Getting closer. Let's do a slow-mo maybe. There was the slow-mo on it. Seemed like that did pretty well. So I'll go ahead and put it back on the wall and adjust the speed as necessary. I don't think I bumped the speed control, but I may have a little bit. Nice and quiet on that one. Very good. The old motor was quite noisy, so that's interesting. So once again, this is Octember fail number 2, the vintage Coca-Cola clock that was like the one in my late grandfather's house. Thank you for watching.